of summer, Clara and Heidi had to be homeschooled. It was a test for Heidi, who had been used to a more carefree life in the mountains, and Mr. Backer,
Don't know your alphabet?
the teacher, made it very difficult for her.
If you want to write.
Clara helped Heidi to learn her alphabet,
B, C.
but that wasn't enough, and it was decided that the two girls would have separate lessons from now on.
Calypso, who had been until this moment captivated by Telemachus's adventures,
Interrupted him and told him that he may retire to rest.
What does captivated mean, sir?
Not now, Heidi. Let's finish this paragraph first.
Interrupted him
And told him that he may retire to rest.
and told him that he may retire and rest.
To rest? It's not that hard. You need to make an effort, Heidi. What do you think Mr. Sessamon will do when he realizes you can't read yet? He'll send you away. You'll never be ready in time.
In time for what, Mr. Backer?
Now you know the words. Read them in the book to see how they are written.
Calypso, who had been until this moment captivated by... That must be Grandmama!
We haven't finished, Heidi. Keep reading.
It's Grandmama! It's Grandmama!
Sebastian, what's going on?
Sebastian, you should have seen your face. Absolutely priceless. Now, Clara, I hope I didn't scare you.
Grandmama!
Clara, darling. How beautiful you look. And that smile. Oh, there sure have been some changes here since my last visit.
It's my new friend Heidi. Since she's been here, I feel much better.
And it certainly shows. Now, where is this wonder? Heidi, is that it? I want to meet her right away.
She's having class with Mr. Backer in the library, ma'am. They can't be disturbed now.
Oh, don't be so strict, Miss Rottenmeier. Of course we can disturb them. Just a moment for me to greet this little wonder I've heard so much about. Sebastian, take my luggage to my room, will you?
That he may retire to...
May I interrupt you for a moment, sir?
Well, we are in the middle of a lesson, and...
Thank you. I won't be a minute. So, you must be Heidi. Look how beautiful you are.
Thank you, Mrs. Sessamon.
I see Miss Rottenmeier has taught you her little tricks. Come on, no need to curtsy for me. And call me Grandmama. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'll leave you to it. When is your next break? I'd like to spend a little time with Heidi.
Oh, but madam, I'm afraid we won't have time to have a break this morning. There is so much to learn, and we have so little time.
No break? But this child needs to breathe some fresh air at some point. When did you start the class, dear?
3 hours ago.
Oh, 3 hours and no break? Miss, do you think that's healthy for such a young child?
Well, I wouldn't question Mr. Backer's methods, madam.
Today is a special day, sir, and 3 hours of class on a special day is more than enough, don't you think? So now, if you'll excuse us, I'm abducting your student for an impromptu tea party. You can resume your class tomorrow.
What?
Oh, thank you for your understanding. Come along, Heidi. I want to know all about you. Let's start with the mountains, shall we? I've always wanted to visit the mountains.
I'm truly sorry about this, Mr. Backer. Mrs. Sesamon is, as you could see, an impetuous character.
She may be, Miss Rottenmeier, but I am at a critical moment in Heidi's teaching, and this kind of interruption could ruin everything. For the little girl, I mean.
Let me talk to Mrs. Sesamon tonight. I assure you, you'll have an extra hour a day with Adelaide from tomorrow on. Once she knows those are her son's orders, Mrs. Sesamon won't discuss them anymore.
Oh, well, I'll see you tomorrow then.
Ah, Data, put everything here. Oh, my darlings, it is so nice to be in a proper house for once.
You don't have a house?
Grandmama is an actress for the theatre. She travels a lot.
And I just toured with Mr. Offenbach's latest folly, The Tales of Hoffmann. A delight, but so exhausting. And so many lines. I could hardly learn them all by heart.
I have the same problem with Mr. Backer's book.
What do you mean, darling? Does Mr. Backer ask you to learn his book by heart?
I like it when I have to learn a poem by heart, Grandmama.
Well, what do you think about putting up a play? So we can all learn something by heart and something fun.
A play! We could invite Detta and Sebastian to be our audience.
And Miss Rottenmeier, of course. You always want a tough critic in your audience.
Well, it's a good thing we've got Miss Rottenmeier then.
Oh, Mr. Backer!
Oh, Detta, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to startle you.
Oh, no. I just didn't think there was anyone here. Is there anything I can do for you?
I was just wondering if you're ready for tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night?
The opera. Together.
Oh, yes, I suppose. Oh, it's so kind of you to invite me. I'm just not sure. I don't really have a proper dress.
Your beauty is all you need to make every woman in Frankfurt jealous, Detta.
Oh, Mr. Backer.
I will see you tomorrow then, Detta.
Have a good day, sir.
Will you really go to the opera with him?
Sebastian!
I'd better see what that's about.
This will be the perfect place. Thank you, Sebastian. We'll set the stage right here.
But Grandmama, what will the play be about?
Oh, I didn't tell you, did I? It is going to be a beautiful story about a princess and a frog and the importance of a promise between friends. Now we'll take your first reading lessons into practice. Do you think you can do that? Don't worry. If you have any problems with some of the words, just ask, all right?
Yes, Grandmama.
The Princess and the Frog. That sounds good. Grandmama, what is it about?
Well, it's the story of a princess who loses her precious golden ball in a pond and promises to kiss a frog in exchange for his help to get it back. But then, the princess doesn't keep her promise, and she learns this is not a good thing. Now, who will play what role? Well, Heidi, you'll be a perfect frog. Clara, you'll be the princess. And I will be the king.
The princess? I'll be the princess?
I love frogs. Ribbit. 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 Ribbit.
Adelaide, you're going to ruin your dress.
Sorry, miss.
Clara, you don't even have your shawl. You'll catch a cold. Come back in. Dinner is ready.
We'll be there in a minute, Miss Rottenmeier. I think this is our cue. Let's reconvene after dinner. We'll read the play together and start learning our lines. I know you can do it, Heidi. Don't worry. And it will be more fun than Mr. Backer's class. We'll rehearse tomorrow and premiere tomorrow night.
Can you see how many good things we can do now that you can read? We're going to be in a play. Will you hop and croak when you play the frog?
Ribbit.
You'll be the best frog ever.
And that's where the princess meets the frog for the first time. There, Clara, you say.
Good morrow, dear Sir Frog. Could you please tell me where the castle is, as I think I got lost in those dark woods?
Very good, Clara. Now, Heidi, you reply.
Good morrow, Princess. How beautiful.
Good morrow, Princess. How beautiful you are.
You look. That's great, Heidi.
Mrs. Sesamon, could I talk to you, please?
We are rehearsing our play, miss. Can't it wait?
I'm afraid it can't, ma'am. It's about Miss Adelaide's lessons.
Oh, you can go on reading. And Clara, please help Heidi if she needs. All right? Let's go to the library, miss.
Shall we continue? This is going to be so much fun.
Ribbit. Ribbit.
Come on, Heidi. Stop it now. We need to go through our lines.
Ribbit. Maybe I could just croak the whole time. After all, real frogs don't talk.
That wouldn't be a real play then. Come on. So, what was your line?
I think I'm tired. I should go to bed now.
What about the play?
I'll read it in my room. And we'll rehearse tomorrow with Grandmama.
I know all my lines, Grandmama, and it wasn't that difficult to learn. It's such a cute story. Did you like it, Heidi? And the frog has such funny lines, too.
Are you all right, Heidi?
I don't think I slept well last night. That's all, Grandmama.
Mr. Backer is here for your lesson, Miss Clara.
Thank you, Sebastian.
What do you think about rehearsing our text while Clara has her lesson? I would need some help with some of my lines.
I think I'd rather go back to my room. I have some homework to do for this afternoon's lesson.
What is wrong, Heidi?
Nothing. I'm just tired.
You and I both know that something is bothering you. Would you like to tell me?
I miss the mountains and Grandfather. Everything was so simple there. You only had to know how to milk a goat and how to lead the herd, and that was all. I can't read, Grandmama. I don't know my lines for the play.
That's all right. Shush, shush, shush. Oh, I am sorry, Heidi. I shouldn't have put you in that situation. It's okay if you can't read. It's going to come one day.
All the words and the letters mix up. I'll never be able to do it.
Just give yourself time, Heidi. And in the meantime, I'll help you learn your lines for the play. I'll read them for you, and you'll repeat them to me.
It won't work. That's what Mr. Backer makes me do, and I can't remember the words. I'm too stupid.
You can't say that, Heidi.
So you won't send me away because I can't read?
Oh, of course not, Heidi. Oh, you know what I do when I can't remember my lines?
No.
I sing them. My favourite song to sing to is La Habanera. It's from Carmen, a French opera, and it's all the rage lately. Now listen. Da-dum-dum-dum, da-dum-dum-dum. Dear princess, you lost your royal ball. In my pond waters I could fetch it for you. Oh, oh, oh.
Princess, stop! Come back! What about my kiss?
I am a princess. Princesses don't kiss frogs.
Wonderful! What a great first act! You were both perfect. Now to the second act.
I am sorry to interrupt, but it is time for Heidi's lesson.
Can't we postpone until tomorrow? We have an important rehearsal before tonight's show.
She still has a lot to learn, and time is of the essence. Miss Rottenmeier told me she spoke to you.
And she did. But Mr.
If
Becker...
you have a problem with this, please see Miss Rottenmeier. But until then...
We'll rehearse after your class. Don't worry.
I am worried about Heidi, Grandmama. She's been so sad for the last few days.
Wait for me here. I'm going to see what I can do.
I'm all ears.
Could you help me with the start?
Calypso?
Calypso, who had been until this moment.
What is that?
That's a way to remember it. By singing. Grandmama taught me.
Oh, no. That's not the way. Come here. I have the perfect method for you to remember it. Try again, and remember the rules.
Calypso, who had been until this moment.
Detta, have a look through the keyhole and tell me what you think.
Ma'am?
Come over. Have a look. You need to see this, miss. I don't think Mr. Backer's methods are good for Heidi.
I would not judge a teacher's method by peeking through a keyhole for an instant, ma'am.
And let him know.
No! And told him that he may retire to rest.
It's too heavy, Mr. Backer.
You know the rules. If you finish this sentence without a mistake, I'll take one off. It's all you're doing.
What is going on here?
Why, I am teaching this young girl how to read and write, madam.
By making her carry heavy books? This is outrageous.
Will you still find it outrageous when she's reading in no time? I know the university will appreciate my research.
Are you telling me you haven't tested your method on anyone else before?
This is going to change the way education works, Miss Rottenmeier. Surely some sacrifices are needed.
Sacrifices?
You're talking about a little girl, Mr. Backer. How can you?
You don't understand.
I understand one thing. You're going to leave this place right away and never come back. Our children are not your guinea pigs.
I am sorry, Heidi. He'll never hurt you again.
And I know a very gentle teacher who could take really good care of you. Moi. I will teach Clara and Heidi from now on, and they'll study together.
Thank you, Aunt Detta. Thank you, Grandmama. And thank you too, Miss Rottenmeier. Your Majesty, Your daughter promised me a kiss and turned her back on me.
Really, my dear daughter? You didn't honor your promise?
I didn't think I'd see this frog ever again, and I didn't think it was so important.
Honoring your promises is one of the most important things you can do. Now, go and kiss this frog.
Thank you, Princess. You kept your word. Now I'm a prince, and you could be my bride. Mwah.
This is so much better than any opera.